Hello and welcome to a Smurp video, and just like that, another Zord Ascension Project has finally arrived. I'll be honest with you, I kind of stuffed up on my order. I had this pre-ordered with Hasbro Pulse, and at the time of payment, well, let's just say I wasn't in a financial position to actually pay for it, so I ended up having to sacrifice my order with them. But luckily, the whole shebang came through, and from what I gathered, Dragonzord has became ridiculously hard. It was like we in the UK weren't given many units or something like that. I'm not entirely sure, but it became scarce all of a sudden. And yeah, I tell you what, I really panicked that I was worried that I wasn't going to be able to get it, because you can't have your Megazord without your Dragonzord, right? So this is plastic free packaging. The box looks gorgeous as always. On the top you got the Z there, and then on the side you've got this beautiful picture of the Dragonzord. Let me just drag that a little bit. You can see some, as usual, and I'll put the washing away to my left. Or, yeah, no, it should still be your left as well. On the back, you've got everything that this comes with. Now, I think the only thing that I thought was missing, and that's just the child in me, I would have loved to have seen an actual 6-inch Green Ranger figure with this. But it would have bumped up the price. The price was already reasonably high for this compared to the Megazord. Actually, the Megazord I think was cheaper. So obviously prices jumped up in between as well. So I was yeah, that's just the child in me. Just expected to see a Green Ranger figure with it, just like that original toy. On this side, you have some beautiful artwork. So let me just carefully take the outer packaging off. And under there, we have the great big Z. On the top, there is... Oh, sorry. On the side, we have Dragonzord again. In fact, you've seen those already as I've turned it around. But that looks really nice. I love how that looks. And that is in battle mode. And then there is the QR code on the top. Right, so I'm going to carefully take this off. Yes, I cut the labels this time. Finally. I did something right. And then this side we have the power-up bit, which would have been on the Megazord consoles back then, which looks very nice. And I love how this comes in a box. Let's just hope nothing falls out. Yep, that's falling out. That's okay, though. Get the bottom bit out. And then underneath there, that is how it comes in. And that is the unboxing part of the video done. Let's have a look at him. All right, now because I've got Super 7 Goldar out of his plastic cage, I just thought I'd show him quickly with this. Now, I've got Dragonzord crouching a little bit, but he's not that far off. But you could never put these against the Zords in terms of if they were normal height, because they're not just going to match up. Actually, maybe he's not that far off, actually. Very similar in size there. So actually Goldar against Dragonzord doesn't look so bad, but I suspect if I put him against the Megazord, he's not going to come out looking so good. But I thought I'd get that little in really quickly. Plus, I really like this Goldar, man. Looks really nice. So, okay, so here we have Dragonzord. Let me just zoom out a little bit to give us a little bit more room, etc. And I've got to say, he does look gorgeous. He has some fabulous detail all the way around the body. Some nice chrome going on there, although mine do seem to already have scratches on it, which is a little bit annoying. That seems to have, I don't know what on it. It seems to have some sort of, I don't know, something on it, which irritates me. The eyes bug me the most. They are in there, but they are it's such a tight little slint, and I know it always was a tight little slint, that they end up being non-existent, and by that we call them the Optimus Prime Dead Eyes. Remember MP10, for those who collected masterpieces back in the day, you had Dead Eye Optimus Prime. Let me move my washing out of the way. Oh, for goodness sake, I've just made a right mess of that. Anyway, that is out of the way, so we have all the space to maneuver in. So the chest piece looks absolutely gorgeous. Nice little plan there. You can even see me in there. Hello, hi. There we go. I'll give you a little wave. Some nice, beautiful pieces in there. And then the artwork, just all the way around, just seems really, really nice. Looks really, really nice. So continuing down the body art, you can see that the shins have the nice dragon foot coin on there, whatever you want to call it. Always seems a bizarre concept, I guess. And then you get this beautiful, beautiful tail all the way down. Tail is the most important part of the Dragonzord. So, articulation. There is no movement on the head. You can move the mouth open a little bit, but you've got this face plane here, which it looks like he's got a tongue, or he's, I don't know, he's doing something. This bit, you get a little bit of articulation there, a little bit of movement there, but that's about it. The hand can go up and down. You can swivel that around there. The hands, I mean, I know that they were tiny, but they are really tiny. You know, it's like Tyrannosaurus Rex hands. They're too small. They just need a little bit beefy, in my mind, a little bit bigger, just to give us something to work with, you know. Go. No movement on there. There is a ball joint there, and you can go up and down there, which gives you a little bit of movement. There's a ball joint on the foot, so you got lots of movement there. And then a little movement there on the legs, because you have to reposition them from the other modes, etc. And then just in terms of the tail, so the tail can spin around, which is really nice. And you can extend it out, which I really, really do dig. It gives it a little bit more. I'm not a fan of this piece here. So if I take this off, this piece here, so this little chunky bit here, because this bit goes in there, and then that's it. You can see this chunky bit here, and you can never fully incorporate that in there, and that just really, it does bug me for some reason. I don't know why. It is just an irritating thing for me. So what does he come with? He comes with a little Green Ranger. I don't know why he's pointing. He comes with another Green Ranger, and this time he is playing the famous flute going on there. Now the other piece that I need to show you is, if I can get this right, and I think he only went in here maybe twice, if I recall. Once in green candle. I can't remember what the other episode was. Was that the one with when he was trying to be a rugby player? So you got a little man in there, which is interesting and decent, but Green Ranger, he was barely in there, so it's a nice gimmick, not one that I get overly excited about. So you can take these little hands off. Oh wow, that is a small ball joint. And you can put, for example, these hands on there. Oh, this is what I mean, is furry. I am worried that I'm gonna break this. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I wasn't really a fan of the ball joint, so I wanted to take it offline, so I, you know, didn't do anything stupid or rush anything and damage everything. But you've got these other hands where you can put the missiles in. So if you remember whenever he did missiles, they would just pop up and then he would fire them out of there. I always thought that was very, very cool. And then, don't ask me why I'm doing this back on camera. And then the other thing, I actually thought that these went on to the other hands, but they don't. They've got little pegs that just pop in here, and that is very cool. You get a nice little effect of them firing off. The other hands they get are the little closed hands, probably irrelevant to certain episodes. It also comes with another set of hands to hold his staff, which we will see. And he's got these, which are pivotal to the Mega Megazord mode, when they're going to go transform into the Ultra Sword, etc. So let's do the first transformation. And here we have Dragon Battle Mode. I think that's what it was called. I could be completely wrong and talking crap. I really generally actually can't remember. And I've only just finished season 1 a couple of weeks ago, so I'm pretty quite irritated with myself. But anyhow, life of a Power Ranger fan is full of 30 years of facts, and who can remember everything? Well, I'm sure there's somebody out there that has that knowledge. Anyway, so you can add the Pterodactyl and the Tyrannosaurus Rex next to them if you want. Once this happened, generally you didn't use sort of Tyrannosaurus Rex. You never saw the Pterodactyl, which actually is a little bit disappointing because they could have used a little bit of air support. So as you can see, very, very shiny. This is like the shiniest mode. I think my biggest issue with this is it doesn't look so bad now that the arms are on there, but you can see a massive gap where the head pops down, and that's because it's designed as a Dragonzord's head inside. Now, could they have found a better way to do that, Hasbro? Could they have had a head hidden behind the thing? I don't know. I generally don't know, but I feel like they could have found a better way to execute this. They didn't have to go with a simple solution, which they have done. On the golden chest piece, that looks absolutely stunning. I really, really do love how that comes together, and the bottom bit as well. And then obviously you got the big, massive Z knee pads going on as they all come together, which is great. Now, to try and get this into a decent mode, the articulation, it is sort of there, but it is difficult to get into a decent place. I mean, I haven't even got the arm in the right location, so I'm just knocking everything. So I haven't even got that in the right thing. So, but you can achieve something. Now, obviously, you have the massive sword, so you actually half the tail to create this, which I thought was very clever, rather than it just being a big, massive piece that you just try and connect. I'm just going to take my camera off the stand just to show you the sort of size of that thing, and that does look absolutely incredible. It doesn't really sit flush in the hand, though. But, wow, that certainly does look amazing. Absolutely a stunning piece. I love Battle Mode. Absolutely love it. Look how good that is. Alright, so it is ready for the Ultra Zord. Now, I'm not going to lie. I had no fun putting this together, and I still don't feel like I've done it right. It doesn't feel very secure. You remember, even some of the later incarnations, they used to have little flip out things that would sort of slide between the arms. You don't get any of that with this. It's literally you drop in there, you try and connect it at the back and so forth. And I just don't feel very, very comfortable at all in terms of how this is. However, it does seem to be very, very sturdy. I'm not actually worried at all about it falling over. It seems to be quite, I was thinking if this goes on there and this goes on there, it'd be absolutely top heavy. No, it just sort of sits in there very, very nicely, and does one hell of a job staying still. So I feel like this is great. I still take this surprise note off that they've not done Titanus in this sort of first sort of run before exploring other ways. Of course, I'm very excited, very happy that Astro Megaship is having, because I love that ZAP. But it'd be nice to complete this first round. I don't think I've ever had a Titanus being an adult. It's sad, isn't it? Other than the original one, and even then I got that many years later than when it originally came out. I missed out on the Legacy one for some reason. I can't remember. Maybe I just didn't have the money at the time, so I never brought it. And I certainly missed what's it called? The really expensive ones. Oh man, that's gone out of my head. There's such a nice band of figures. Oh, I'm so embarrassed. Anyway, I missed out on that as well, so I was really looking forward to actually finally owning Titanus, a newer version, etc., that I can put this in. I'm very excited for that. But in the meantime, this does look very, very awesome. And I love the fact that they've got this on there. This makes it look so much cooler than just sticking this. So one thing that Hasbro have done, they've made this little bit look a little bit better in terms of how it looks. I think that looks absolutely stunning. I love that little bit on there. And it just looks really, really nice. So yeah, I think they've done a good job with this Dragonzord. So let's have one final look at the Dragonzord with the Megazord before wrapping up this video. And finally, here is Megazord in normal Megazord mode next to the Dragonzord. And as you can see, there is a massive difference in height, which is really irritating. Now, I know that they probably would have had to compensate to do some of the transformations, but wow, this is different. Now, I mean, I've been, like I said, I've been watching Mighty Morphin Power Rangers quite recently, and the Dragonzord was, at the very least, up to the sort of shoulders, etc., and he's just probably about an inch shy of that, which it just looks really odd, doesn't it, like this now? I mean, when they're combined, it looks absolutely amazing. But like this, I just feel like it's big time letdown. ZAP Ascension Project, whatever you want to call it. Blimey, wow. I'm shocked. But I do love the transformations. And if I think about it logically, if I do get Titanus, I'm probably going to have that just on my shelf and just be done with it. Nice and easy. But yeah, really, really is a disappointment. I can't remember the size difference on the toys, etc. And I know that this would have had to take into account this sort of width, etc. Otherwise, it perhaps could have been too big and thrown it all out of sync. But maybe they should have just made the Megazord a little bit shorter. I mean, I've always said that it felt like there was a little bit of lankiness with this. A little bit of skinniness. Maybe if they had bulked out the Tyrannosaurus Rex, maybe we would have got a nice, even sort of bulky chest piece, etc. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not a toy designer, so you know, as much as I say these things, I'm not an expert. I just give my views on this, etc. And I just feel like, yeah, just a tad bit disappointing. Anyway, if you like my channel, please support my channel by subscribing. I really appreciate that. Thank you for watching. Really appreciate that as well. Thank you to everybody that is subscribed to me already. Without you folks, I wouldn't have a channel. Make sure you look after yourself. And as always, brace geekiness. Take care. Goodbye.